Hey, wait, before you conclude that image, let's do something else. And with JavaScript, we're going to connect it to our HTML where we've got an image here and we've got an image source. So what we want to do is we want to send this image whenever it's ready and drawn. We actually want to make a duplicate of it within the image source on our web page. We need to also add in a button. So this is the button that's going to trigger the event to load image or whatever we want to call it. And then using JavaScript, so this is just regular JavaScript, where we can select the button using our document query selector and selecting that element that has a tag of button, and then adding in to the button an event listener. And the event listener that we're going to listen for is a click. And then we can just run and evoke an anonymous function. And what's going to happen is whenever we click it, I want to get the canvas data URL. So setting up a variable, I can just call it temp, and this is going to hold the temporary canvas object as a URL. So taking canvas, using a method called toDataURL, and then output that data URL into the console whenever the button gets clicked. Now, there is a catch here as well, and you can't use the file protocol in order to accomplish this. So if I do click this and if I do load image, I'm going to get this error message about tainted canvases may not be exported, and that's because I'm using the file protocol and I'm just simply opening up the file within the browser. And you can't do that. So this is where you need the HTTP protocol, and if you have it running on a website, you're going to be fine and ready to do this. So if I do a live preview and here I do load image and then open up and check out the console, inspect, you're going to see that when I do the load image, I get this base 64 image being loaded. So this is a crucial part of it, that if you do want to get the data URL, you've got to make sure that you are running an HTTP protocol. So all that means is that you can't have file here in the top left-hand corner before your path. Your path has to be a path that's running on a local machine and then rendering out the file within there. Otherwise, you're going to throw an error. So that's something to keep in mind as well. So if you do see that error, you're going to know where it's coming from. So the other thing too as well, if we want to load it into our image source, then we can do this fairly easily by transferring that image into the image source. So as we've clicked it, now we've got a data URL, and we can set that link, that source of that image, into their image, and I'll just call this image output. So document and query selector, and I'm going to select, I only have the one image on the screen, the one image tag. So that one's really easy to select. So I can take this and I can do image source, and I can set the source to whatever the value of temp is. So it's going to do that base 64 output. So when I load it, all I'm doing is now I'm loading it into the image source. So that's canvas on top, and then the source, the image, is down there below. You can also make this downloadable too if you want. So if you want to have the button, you click the button, it's going to add it into the source. And there's one other thing that I wanted to show you is let's create an element document. This is going to be just regular JavaScript. We're creating an element dynamically, and the element that we're creating is a hyperlink. Within the hyperlink, we're going to take our document body and append the child to that. So we're adding in this link onto the screen, and we're going to remove this afterwards as well. And then we're taking that link and we're setting an attribute of the link, and the attribute of the link is going to be download. And the download that we're downloading that image, so that's going to be the URL. So we need to also give it a name .png. And this can be anything that you want to set it to. So taking the link, and we need to set a path for that link. So this is going to be that data URL path. So taking temp, and then we're taking the link and we're going to click that link, all using JavaScript. So now what's going to happen is when I do load image, you can see that I've downloaded the image, and if I open that image up, then I've already got it on my computer. So it's the same thing that we saw when we did the save as, and these are some different options that you can make use of alongside of Canvas in order to really give users a better experience in interacting with the content that you have in Canvas. So go ahead, try this out. You don't have to add in the links. You can try it either way. And as well, just keep in mind that if you are using the file protocol, that means that you've just opened up index.html in the browser and you aren't running a local machine that's running to the HTTP then you're going to throw out errors within the console and you're going to see this message. So if you are using brackets, then you can just simply, within brackets, click the live preview, and that's going to open it up within the right protocol.